Well, everyone, today we're going to be talking about and comparing the 9mm versus the 45 Auto. Now, these two cartridges have both been around for over 100 years, so that should tell you something right there. Now, in the recent years, there's been a lot of new twists on each of these bullets, a lot of different manufacturers coming out with a lot of different hollow points and hollow point designs, things of that nature, to try to make each of these two bullets more effective than what they've ever been. But here's a thought I'd like you to consider. What if you couldn't get your hands on your favorite defensive ammunition? What if the only thing available to you when you needed it the most was ball ammo? Good old-fashioned full metal jacket. If that's the case, which one of these two calibers would you really want to go with? So rather than try to convince you which one of these two calibers is better, let's let you see for yourself which one might be better for you. We'll take a quick look at the numbers on paper, and then we'll get right out into the field and we'll do some shooting to kind of see if what's on paper transfers into real life or how that transfers into real life. So if you like today's video, I hope that you'll remember to click the like button and do subscribe if you haven't already done so. And as always, I'm certainly looking forward to your comments. Thanks again. Okay, so we take a look at these numbers here. You'll see the 9mm 124 grain NATO round has a muzzle velocity of 1140 feet per second. You compare that with your 45 ACP at about 835 feet per second. Take a look at the energy numbers. The energy numbers are approximately the same, though, at least at the muzzle. 358 foot-pounds on the 9mm, 356 on the 45 Auto. Now, there is something that people don't really talk a lot about when it comes to handgun ballistics, and that's something known as the actual effect. Actual effect means that if you were to take the energy number that the bullet is arriving with, now in this case your muzzle energy is almost the same as the energy that a bullet arrives with, because a lot of handgun shooting does happen very close range. So if we were to take 358 and multiply that by bullet grain, we would get a certain score. If we were to take 356 foot-pounds of energy on the 45 Auto, multiply that by 230, we would also get a certain score. That score is known as the actual effect. So I'm just going to plug in the actual effect numbers here. So the actual effect on the 9mm would come out with a score of 44,392. The 45 Auto, 81,880. Now, this 81,000 figure, that's about 84% more than that 44,392. Does that mean that we are to really believe that the 45 Auto is 84% more effective? Not really. The truth is probably somewhere in the middle. But that actual effect number is kind of an indicator that you should still expect the 45 Auto to be a more effective round, even though these foot-pounds numbers are pretty close. We're going to be shooting these water jugs from a distance of 7 yards with a Glock 17 9mm using the 124 grain Winchester 9mm NATO ball ammo. And the footage that you'll be seeing it come in on, or the angle that you'll be seeing it come in on, is more of a side angle. Got the camera set up over here. Water jug with the green labeling was the water jug on front, or in front rather, and it was sitting here. You can see a nice clean entrance hole, so at least we hit it pretty close to dead center. On the back you can see some damage there. See an exit hole there. Here's your entry hole into the second water jug, and then you'll see the huge blowout on the second water jug there. Alright, we'll be shooting at these water jugs from a distance of 7 yards using a full-size 1911 45 auto. We're just going to be using 230 grain ball ammo. Maker is MagTech. Okay, walking up right now to these water jugs that were just hit with 230 grain 45 auto. Looks like we hit the first one pretty much dead center. Can't hit it too much better than that. Had a pretty big blowout right on the front side here. Here's the back side. Not a whole lot of blowout on that back, a little bit. Here's your entrance to the next water jug. And pretty good blowout on the back side of this next one as well.